Sonia's going to join today.
Donna
Nice. Yeah, she made you. So, welcome. And what do you say, Eric?
I don't know. We don't sing from our seats, we sing from our feet.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I blame my nose, it won't stop itching.
I'm going to go get the mic. I'll be right back.
Words are very simple. Holy, holy, holy.
I'm going to go potty. So I'm off, right? Because I'm going potty. Good morning. I got to go home.
I claim my power to change the world. Change it with love. Change it with love. I claim my power to change the world. And so it is. And so it is. I claim my power to change the world. Change it with love.
Change it with love.
Change it with love. I claim my power to change the world. I claim my power to change the world. And so it is, and so it is. And so it is. And so it is. I claim my power to change the world. Claim my power to change it with love. Change it with love. I claim my power to change the world. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And so it
Woohoo!
In the words of Tony the Tiger,
Beautiful.
y'all are right.
All right. Yeah, Peanut Gallery. Peanut Gallery, Eric over there. Good morning. We got lots of seats open, lots of seats up front. So those of you that just coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are never too late, right? If you don't get here at 10, we don't care. Come in here and you're here exactly when you are supposed to be here. And we always welcome you. Those doors, even though those doors are closed, that does not mean you were late or you need to come in. So just find a seat. And again, we got lots of seats up here, up front, right? We don't bite up here, Mary. No, not often. Okay. Once in a while, yeah. So don't get me on the wrong day. My name is Claire Kubota, and I am your host this morning. And we would like to welcome you. Again, if you are here for the first time, we are excited to have you joining us. If you've decided to come back after coming here one time, we are excited that you were brave enough to come back. And so let's go ahead, and our mission statement is, oh, you got it. Thank you, Florence. We stand together to create a global ecosystem of unity, deep wisdom, and loving kindness. That's right. And before we kind of get started, we'd like to do a little affirmation of our intention, of why we are here this morning. So I just invite you, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes and just take a breath. If you were kind of scrambling this morning to get here, just breathe in and breathe in this beautiful energy that we work so hard to create here. And all of us are on the perfect, most beautiful spiritual journey. And what we know in our hearts to be true is that all of us are on a very individual journey. And we are here to inspire you on that journey, whatever it may be for you. We acknowledge the beautiful land that we are on and the wise, amazing people who walked this land before us, all the indigenous tribes. We breathe in and welcome the people who are no longer with us, but we would like them to be. We have a special chair here up on stage for us to place them so that they can hear this beautiful message. And we just breathe in and know that we are here to hear and experience whatever it is. There may be someone we meet, or there may be something beautiful that our speaker shares, or something beautiful in the music that just resonates with us, and let us just be open to receiving all that beauty and all the love behind that. And so it is. All right. And our other mission statement is, do you remember? What is it? We are a wild soul sanctuary. And I had someone share, I won't say her name, but she said, I came and I was like, what are these people doing, howling? And she said, I was like, not doing it. I am not howling. I don't know what these... And then she understood why we howl, and now she's probably maybe the loudest one. She said, I put all of it into... So Wild Soul Sanctuary is we are a safe place for you to be exactly who you are on your spiritual journey. And we were inspired by a beautiful musician with all of his wolf calls and animal calls. So we decided, we're wild. Let's howl like a wolf, right? So that's a little bit of backstory on that. And next thing is our celebrations. We call this our Sunday service, our Sunday celebration service, because this is a time for us to celebrate with you all that is happening in your life, right? This isn't a time to promote something that you're doing, but this is a time to celebrate something that has happened or something that you would like to share. So, Miss Florence, are you going to grab that mic? She's going to be really fast, but she's a little shorter, so you got to raise your hand high so she can see you. Yep, here, tell your dad and he can put it on for us. So she is going to run around and you tell her what you have to celebrate. I have a celebration actually first. Okay? I am celebrating, I have my own mic. I'm going to celebrate what a hardworking unity community we had yesterday. We had several people at the family kitchen preparing lunch and serving up meals to those in need. We do that once a month. We also had several members at the this was inspired by our Earth Care team, which does a beautiful job representing our community in that environment. So yesterday was the Earth Fair, and we had a booth, and so it was setting up and designing everything, and so all of our amazing Earth Care members, and we were doing face painting, and I'm not kidding, we had like a line of 20 kids the entire day. I did it for 2 hours, and my first client was a 13-month-old. So I got warmed up really quick. But yeah, face painting a 13-month-old is not an easy task. So let's just give them all their helpers yesterday. It was a beautiful day. So that's my celebration. Okay, who's next?
Hi, my name's Frank. I'm with Changing Patterns, and I just wanted to celebrate and say thank you for choosing us, our nonprofit, for the quarterly philanthropic donation from the group. So thank you very much for all your donations, and thank you for the community coming to support what we're doing, helping individuals who are new community members returning from prison, help educate them, and promote our motto, no new crime. So thank you very much for that donation.
Yeah, beautiful organization. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Cole, what you got for us?
I just wanted to celebrate that I was able to go to this amazing childcare conference.
Wow, very cool. I love that. Oh, we got a high one over there, Florence.
Hi, I just heard from a student a couple of weeks ago that he's now graduated. He's starting his own business. It's pretty exciting.
So, yay. Beautiful.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I just want to celebrate this beautiful community here, first of all. The reason why, because some of you know we had a baby girl, and there was this meal train that so many volunteer people participated and brought some yummy, amazing food. So I just want to celebrate you all. So thank you. And second, I want to celebrate that I got invited to do the sound baths here every Sunday. So this is very special. So let's celebrate it together.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yep. Little Maya's just over a month old, so we were very excited to meet her last week.
My name is Tiff. It's interesting when the universe starts to give you signs about you being on the right path and doing the right things. I also was able to attend an amazing early childhood education conference this weekend. And my interactions there just affirmed what it is that I'm doing in my life right now. I also received a Laurel Scholarship that I didn't apply for my master's coming up. And so it's just been huge that, yeah, the universe is like, yes, keep going. You're doing the right things. So it's huge. Thank you.
My feet hurt.
Oh, do we have any? We have two more. Let's do two more. Nico's back there with the celebration.
Thank you, Florence. I am celebrating one of my best friends in the world has been working almost a year to create an album. And he's doing a show next week in Eugene, and I get to go support him and play some music with him, and I'm super excited to see his vision come to life.
Yeah, if you guys are in Eugene, it's Friday night? Nico and his buddy Jacob are going to be performing at a spot. So if you happen to be going to Eugene this weekend, talk to Nico. Okay, we had one more. Sonia.
So I wanted to celebrate a really great conference we had with Breaking Barriers. What was it, last Tuesday? And if you don't know, Breaking Barriers is about bringing resources to neurodivergent community. So it was really awesome. Thank you.
A lot of cool education, a lot of opportunities. All right, I think that's okay. Now I'm going to need that microphone because we have saved the last celebration, the best celebration for last. I would like to invite Heather up. So like Frank was talking about, we have chosen every year, every quarter, we donate 5% of our gross income. So that's part of what you all help contribute to our community, but 5% of everything gets donated to a nonprofit, a local nonprofit. Our first quarter, we have, do we have the slide up? We are donating $61.72 to Samara Learning Center. So, and I would like to invite Heather, the director of the program, to share a little bit about what you do there.
All right, I'm already tearing up. So thank you so much. That's an amazing donation. So I started the Samara Learning Center about 10 years ago. We are one of the few organizations in Oregon that specialize in working with kids who are neurodivergent, like myself. I got my neurospicy shirt on today. I was identified as ADHD when I was 1 year old, which is unique, I know. But I was allowed to a big handful, dyslexia later on. I also have my autism authorization and so on. So we have a tutoring center where we try to help the kids be successful in the schools themselves, but we also have an Department of Oregon of Education approved alternative school, because some kids just need something a little bit different and maybe be with your own people to kind of help you get back in and find your own pathway to success. And then our whole motto is to soar with your strengths. So we also offer enrichment classes through Parks and Rec. We do some training and things like that. Sonia has been she's one of our board members right now, so thanks so much for nominating us and being able to, and we're also looking for more board members if anybody's interested in helping. But we know that Unity is such a community-based, and we really greatly appreciate this effort and coming from you guys specifically. It's very thoughtful. So thank you so much. Really, very greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Yay! I love that. One of our beliefs is about prosperity and that things need to flow. And I will share with you that even if we're coming in, say our monthly, we have a deficit that month, 5%, actually 10% is actually still being donated to other organizations. 5% goes to a local nonprofit and 5% goes to other Unity regional to support those. So you got to stay in the flow, because the second you stop and just say, wait, I don't have enough, and let's just see if we have some extra to share, you're never going to get around to it. So it behooves us, and we want to show up in a beautiful way that just keeps that flow going, and practice what we preach, right? So thank you again, and thank you, Heather, for all you do, and thank you, Sonia, our member who nominated Samara Learning Center. So we're very proud to do that. So yay! Yay, community. All right, let's do our blessing of the kiddos. Do we have some kiddos here? I saw a bunch. Some may be hanging out here. And Lucy's back. We've missed you, Lucy. We're so happy to have you. Yeah. Come on up, sweetie. You got it? Okay. And then Tiff and Ezekiel are our kid helpers today and running the youth program. I know there are more out there. But we do a beautiful blessing, and this was actually really sweet. When we were doing the face painting yesterday, we printed these out to give the parents so that they can do a little blessing and affirmation with their kiddos. So let's send this to not only these kids, but all the beautiful children in the world who need some positive words and affirmations. We appreciate the holy gift you are. We see the divine light shining from you. May you always know what a treasure you are. May you always bring your gifts freely and fully to the world. Namaste. All right, you guys have fun. Okay. Announcements. We have a lot of stuff going on, so we try and get through these, but it's important because this is the best way for us to let you know about things. Just share that. Okay, our weekly events. As Shriman said, we do a weekly Sunday sound bath. Lisa Swisher is no longer able to do that due to some family things going on in her life. So she is stepping down, and Shriman will be taking that over beginning tonight, so we're super excited about that. Our deep dive gathering happens every Wednesday, and that's a quieter, more meditative, reflective service that reflecting on the Sunday talks. And then Women's Drum Circle with Kate Kavanaugh will be happening on this Saturday, because it's the first Saturday of the month. So all those cool things happening. And okay, this is going to be phenomenal. If you have not gotten a ticket, I encourage you to do so because it will sell out. But Veda Austin is from New Zealand, and she does these amazing transformative things with water. Those of you that are connected and already know the power of water, I now have a whole, if I put my hand in that river, like I'm touching God. That's what she will show you. So if you are able to come to that, I highly encourage you to do that. So all this information is on our website. Suzanne Landry, is Suzanne here today? I didn't see her come in. She is starting a spirit group. We have not done spirit groups for a little bit, but we really want to get these going again. They are small group gatherings where you meet for like 5 to 7 weeks and study a book together and just meet, and whether you share dinner or read a couple chapters together and just discuss and get to know each other and connect. So she's doing an amazing book called This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. It'll be meeting at her home, starts on Cinco de Mayo. So if you would like to join that, again, it's only open to like 6 people, so sign up online for that. What else we got? Weeding parties. And yes, it will be a party, right, Frank? It always is. Pulling weeds, man, getting your hands dirty and getting in there. So we are doing 2. We rely on volunteers to help care for our grounds here. So if you are able to make it, you don't have to stay 9 to 1, but if you're able to come from 9 to 10 or from 10 to noon, we would love to have your help. So bring your gear, and you don't need to sign up, just show up, and we would love to have you. What else we got? I want to do a quick announcement. So YouCount, who's familiar? Who knows what YouCount is? Let me just see. All right, so we have several who don't. So YouCount is an email list that we have compiled for people to reach out and say, hey, I've got a free sofa if anybody wants it. Or, Carol, or I have a room for rent. I need a ride to Unity on Sunday. So we would love to have more people on this list, and we would love to have more people using it. We're actually considering changing the name of it just so it makes people know immediately what it is, because a lot of people, YouCount, I'm not sure what that is. So if you want to sign up, Carol is your go-to gal, and we will get you on that email list, and if you have something to share on that, I just want to do a little plug for that so more people are using it, because it can be very, very helpful. Do we have anything else? Okay, last Sunday after service we had our town hall, so we'll just do a quick update on that and a quick bullet point. So we voted for the 4 organizations that we will be tithing to. Again, we do 1 each quarter. First quarter was Samara Learning Center. Another quarter will be Changing Patterns, the organization that Frank leads to help people coming out of prison re-enter and connect them with resources. Around the Bend Farms, which Russell in the back there, he's one of the leads on, so if you have questions about that, but they do sustainable, organic, hydroponic, all kinds of gardening things, and they distribute quite a bit of it to people in need, right? And then neighborhood impact. So again, all of your contributions are going to that. And then the board has also created some updated mission and vision and core value statements. And it's not because we're changing our mission, it's because we're always growing and evolving, right? So it's what words are resonating with us now, and it just freshens things up. So there are printed copies of what that new verbiage is, and it's not finalized, but we would love for you to take a look on there, and if you have ideas, or hey, what about this word instead of this, or you have ideas on that, this is your time to share that. So Sarah, who is our speaker this morning, she can take that, or any of our board members, or you can talk to me and I can connect you with those. All right, we have put together our minister search team. As you know, we are in transition, and Reverend Jane retired at the end of the year, so we have a small team put together that are now in charge of sending in the applications to Unity Worldwide. Sarah is the lead on that, the board liaison for that, so she can share with you who is on that team and how that's all working. And then we also have some amazing new volunteer opportunities that you can talk to me or the board about. We also have on our website, right under Contact Us, there's a button that says, I want to volunteer. And you can click on that and send us an email that say, hey, I'm interested in this, or this is what my skill set is, or I'm available at these times, how can I help? All right, so we had a very successful town hall. It was really beautiful. Okay, I have new May calendars are printed out. All this stuff is on our website, so go on there and check it out. And I think, hey, that's all the business done. Now we're getting to the fun stuff. So this morning, I would like to welcome Marie up to stage. It is your time to come and do a song, and Nico. So Marie is from France, and let me do a quick introduction of you. I met this beautiful woman a few years ago doing kirtan with Greg, and beautiful voice, beautiful kirtan music. She also is the founder of Not Bread, if any of you have been to farmers markets and have tried her amazing Not Bread. And the other thing, she is moving back to France on Tuesday. Oh. And she is choosing to be here, finding the time to express her beautiful voice and share her beautiful voice and song with us 2 days before moving to the other side of the world, packing up her whole life, her husband and her daughter. And so this is a song that she will tell you about. Nico and she are going to perform together. So.
I'll look forward to visit and be a visiting guest.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear this? Is this loud enough? So this is a song about the Great Mother. Appropriate timing. My sister just gave birth, so it's all been about that for the last 24 hours.
Wow.
So we're going to sing to the Great Mother. Here This was our first time. We will send the single once it's released.
You guys, thank you. I love, so that's my son. So I'm having a little proud mama moment right now. Thank you, Marie. Yeah. Beautiful. So and this is a safe space to, come up and share those gifts. And 2 weeks ago, you guys wrote that song. Yes. Yeah, wow. So beautiful. So we now invite our speaker, Sarah Jones. So Sarah moved to Bend in 2001, and she became right away a part of our community, well, as soon as the doors opened. And after being, having to be able to just do online services for a while. And she is now she's been on our board for the past 3 years and is now the president of the board. And she has a beautiful story. She is also a Unity-trained spiritual director. And while she was going through her training, I was one of her, she had to have, what would you call them? Like, just clients, spiritual counseling clients. And it's different because it's not a role where you're advising people. You are creating a space for them to get in touch with what they know inside and nurturing that and helping kind of draw that out through questions and through meditation. So it's a really beautiful practice, and it was because I certainly did not think I had time to do. I have way too much stuff to do rather than connect with my inner voice, right? I have a lot going on. I'm very busy. But I am so grateful for her making me take that time to do that, because it's when you think you don't have time is when you actually need it the most, right? As we've all learned very well. So I would just like to invite this lovely woman up to our stage to do a beautiful talk for our community. Thank you for sharing this with us. Yeah. Do you want me? Just gonna scoot this over. Is there a spot?
Thank you. Are we on here? No? What do I gotta do?
I gotta reach into your shirt here.
It is. Oh, that's great. We are a wild soul sanctuary, aren't we? Oh, thank you. Thanks for inviting me up here to do something a little different. And thank you for that beautiful music. I love kirtan. I listen to it all the time. It's usually in Sanskrit, and I don't understand the words, but I understand them underneath somehow. They strike me in a very familiar and soothing way. So I'm very happy to have kirtan here today. So as I was getting ready to put this together, I was just asking myself, so what's here? What's here right now to look at and to talk about? What's happening in our world? And the word that came up right away was change. Change. Deep, broad, dramatic change in our world. I've been on this planet almost 68 years now, and I know that I have not felt change like this before, this big and this deep. Our world order is changing. The relationship among nations is shifting and moving. Our world here in our country is shifting and moving. And it's so deep and so broad, and it's unknown. That's the next word that came up. It's unknown where we're going. It's so deep and so broad that it's outside of our level of experience. So there's really no way to predict where all of this is going. And it can feel like upheaval. It can feel sometimes it feels to me like it's almost earthquake energy, you know, and it's rumbling, and we're trying to find my balance with all of it. And if, like me, you've been in this kind of metaphysical world for a while, this spiritual thought system, we've been hearing about this. We've been hearing about this time period. I remember back in the day, I was living in a spiritual community and coming up on 2012, and that was a real active spot. And I've been hearing about 2024 for a long time now from thought leaders, that this is going to be a very active change time. If you look at astrology, I follow astrology quite a bit. You might know that there are major planets, the way out there planets that are shifting into different signs, several of them at the same time. So shifting into different energies. And those big out there planets, they're out there so far that they have an impact on the whole collective. And I've read recently that there are configurations that are with us out there that we've never seen before. And that's unusual for astrology. Astrology is all about what's happening out there, how the planets are aligning, all the energies that are there, and the impact that that's having on us here on Earth. And it's been happening and tracked and documented for thousands of years. So there are patterns that develop. When these two planets come together, this is what showed up on Earth. When they come back around again and meet, kind of the same thing shows up on Earth. So it's unusual to have planets aligning in a way that we've never seen before. And what that tells me is there's no pattern here. We're outside of any pattern and we really don't know where this is going. And that can be, how does it feel? How does that feel? A little, yeah, disconcerting, a little, what's going on here? What do we do with this? What do we do with this? Last week, Reverend Ruth talked about her experience around Easter. And she had the experience of growing up in a Protestant home and the teachings around Easter and the resurrection. And then she had part of her family that's Jewish. So she got to experience that time period from the Jewish perspective. And then she had a friend who was Catholic. So she went to a Catholic service around that time. And she noticed with all of that it was pretty much the same story. Just different rituals, different verbiage, but it was basically the same story of resurrection. And what immediately came to my mind was Joseph Campbell's work around the hero's journey. Anybody familiar with Joseph Campbell's work? The hero with 1,000 faces. And with all of the study that he did, and a wide range of study around all the mythology over thousands of years, all the different faiths, he discovered a monomyth. He discovered that pretty much it's the same story with all of the different faiths, all of the different beliefs. It's the hero's journey. That all of us here on earth as individuals, we land here on earth and we all have the same thing happening, the same opportunity to put ourselves on the hero's journey back to enlightenment, back to the truth of who we are. Let's face it, we land on this planet, we come from the formless, we come into the form of this body. And it's dense, this is dense energy here. And we come into this vibrational realm that is dense. And it's largely fear-based. We come into this world and we forget where we came from. We forget that we're divine beings. We land in this vibrational realm that doesn't allow us to remember easily. It makes me think of Abraham, Esther Hicks, if you know about Abraham. Yeah, I love Abraham. Their theory is that our soul chooses to come here on earth, and the soul is excited about it. The soul is excited to be in form. The soul is excited to be in human form with all of our senses. Oh boy, I get to smell flowers. I get to taste great food. I get to listen to great music. So the soul is excited to come and play in this playground. It's viewed as a playground. Does it feel like a playground sometimes? Sometimes not, right? But I love that perspective. I love that perspective of this is a playground, and I'm here to be in this body, to experience everything that's here, to be on this journey with other human beings. The trick is, we forget. We land in this experience and we forget all of that. And we land in this collective energy that's largely fear-based. If you've forgotten your connection with Source, you're going to be afraid because you don't know the truth. You're afraid of not having enough. You're afraid of other people that might not be like you. This is a fear-based culture. So we land in this, and not only into the collective, we land into our individual experience. The parents we end up with, the family dynamic we land in. I'm thinking of my family dynamic that I landed in. Some of the experiences that people land in are, oh my gosh, how do people do it? I'm amazed sometimes at the circumstances that people land in and how they navigate their world. I think of my world. I landed in a middle-class, white, suburban home in Ohio with 2 college-educated teachers. They sent me to college. Talk about white privilege. Talk about privilege. I was a girl, there was that, so there's all the stuff that goes with that. And there's all that stuff that goes for boys too, you know? So we all have this stuff that we're dealing with. So we land in this environment, we land not remembering largely. Some are lucky enough to land in an environment that maybe cultivates that understanding of who we truly are. But most of us don't. And that's where Joseph Campbell's theory of the hero's journey comes in. I think there's a tension within all of us, a tension between that authentic being that so wants to express, that divine being that knows that it's all goodness, it's all love, that knows that we're all safe and protected, that authentic being that wants to create. And there's a tension between that and this identity that we build over time, pretty much as a coping strategy for being in this fear-based realm and whatever individual circumstance we fall into. So we have this tension within us, this authentic being, this divine piece of God that wants to express, and this fear-based identity that's afraid to. And that's where Joseph Campbell's theory comes in, the call. A call to adventure is what he calls it. A call to adventure of the hero's journey. And I think we're receiving that call all the time. Our authentic being wants to come out, wants to express. But this environment is so harsh and so dense that it can be hard to hear that. And we start to believe this identity that we create. So we might get the nudges along the way. The red flags might come up where we're thinking, gosh, it feels like I should go this way, but now I better stay here. I better stay here where it feels safe. And over time, as we build this identity and it gets more and more, I'll say, encrusted in this vibrational environment, that tension builds. And for some of us, it becomes so loud that we have to answer the call. It could be that cosmic 2x4 that people have talked about that kind of just whacks you off your feet, and there's really no choice. You have to find another way. I think for most of us, though, for me, it was a gradual experience. It hit me at midlife as I was approaching 40, and it was mostly around work. The questions started to come in. Is this it? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? I was in corporate America, in administrative management and human resources, in copier sales and cell phone sales. If anybody knows how non-techie and machinery I am, you know that that is not my thing. So the questions were coming in, what am I doing? There's got to be something more meaningful than this. And I think when you get the call like that and you're ready for it, we talked last week about portals. I think at that point, a portal opens up. And I can imagine on the other side of that, the angels and our guides, all the people that love us, that went before us, that are on the other side, rooting us on. I can imagine a huge party going on when I answered that call. She coming home. She's coming home. And let's send her everything that she needs to help her get here. And then life shifts. This is where we start to live into the divine. The portal opens, the universe starts to send us the people, the circumstances that we need for this journey. And it might not look like it. It might not look at all like what we need or want. It could be that your spouse leaves you. It could be that you get fired from your job. It could be any number of things that feel really, really uncomfortable. But how else to crack through this identity that we've built to protect ourselves when we really don't need that protection? How else to bust through it? So Joseph Campbell talks about that process, that journey to enlightenment. It's the hero's journey. And it shows up in our external world, but it is not an external journey. It is an internal journey. It's a journey of going within to work through all the stuff, that we've put together to try to protect ourselves. All of the old beliefs, all of the old family patterns, all the stuff that has kept us small, all the fear. Life starts to bring all that we need to see it all, to see our reflection. And it's not an easy process. The first stage of that process is separation. As we start to focus on the inner, we start to separate ourselves from our outer world, where our focus is different. And that can be a really lonely period, where you feel like, gosh, I'm in the middle of I don't know what. And it feels lonely. You've cut yourself off from what you've created. The next stage is initiation. You go into the belly of the whale, is what he calls it. You go into I'll call it the belly of the beast, deep within, to really look deeply at the patterns that you've created. If my spouse left me, what was that all about? How did I contribute to that? What did I put together in my lifetime that brought that about? And it starts to unwind. You start to meet yourself over and over again, and you start to unwind all of those stories. It's a deconstruction process. We've heard that word a couple times from speakers. It's deconstructing that false identity so that we can live into the truth of who we are. Initiation, you get onto the road of trials. Doesn't that sound lovely? You're meeting your monsters. You're slaying your dragons. You're busting through all of that old stuff. And the goal, of course, is to reach a place of enlightenment. And that's such a loaded word, enlightenment. It's not a place out there where all of a sudden everything is bright light and wonderful and nothing bad is happening. That is what it is, actually. But for me anyway, I'll speak from my own experience. It was a gradual process of simply living into the truth of who I am and not being afraid to express that. First of all, to feel the truth of who we are. Just to bust through all of that old crap that we've put together to hide. So to me, enlightenment is reaching a point where you have an inner understanding that's strong enough to be able to express authentically. It might not be, and there's different levels, I think. Sure, we want to be totally enlightened. Jesus, Buddha, the ones that we view as being enlightened. It's a gradual process, and for me, it was getting to a place of comfort with myself. All the shames, all the stuff, all the judgment, working through all of that. And it was a good 10 years of working through all that to come to a place of self-acceptance. And then even going beyond that to self-love. And then the final phase of the journey is the return. You reach that place of feeling authentic within yourself, and you come back into your world. But you're coming back reborn. You're coming back a new person. And because you're a new person, you've worked through all of that, you're creating a new world. You're operating from a different understanding, a different place. You're letting go of fear. And you're stepping into your expression. Some people look at that return and think, it's easy to do this. You come back from this experience, it's like, oh, I got to tell everybody about this. I've got to tell them what they need to know, to reach enlightenment. And boy, that can be really annoying for people that are wanting to really tell you how to be enlightened. It doesn't work that way. It's an individual experience. It's different for everybody. And some people do come back, and they are meant to teach. They are meant to help people along the way. But I think the main thing coming from back from that place of enlightenment is to just be. To just be your authentic self. Whatever that means, wherever that takes you. Life takes you where you need to go. So let's go back to the start. This time that we're in right now. Dramatic change, deep, broad change. We don't know where we're going. I couldn't help but think, could it be that the body of humanity has answered the call? Could it be that there is enough light on the planet, that there are enough enlightened people, at least to the degree where they know the truth? Could it be that the body of humanity has answered the call to adventure? Could it be that we're in the belly of the whale? All the stuff is coming up for us to see, and we certainly have the technology to help us with that. All of the ugliness, gosh, the war, the violence, everything of that darker aspect of humanity is right there in front of us. And we have the opportunity to see it, work it through, and heal. Heal our planet. Could it be? It sure follows the pattern, doesn't it? Deep upheaval, the unknown, scary. So what can I do with that? What can I do with that as an individual? Just keeping on with my individual journey of working all the stuff that comes up in me as I'm viewing all of that, as I deal with my personal experience. Keep working the patterns and stepping out into authentic expression. Going more this way into the divine, authentic expression and leaving this way the old, scared self behind. Creating a new earth. That's what I can do individually. And then, this is exciting, we have the opportunity to come together in a community like this. How awesome is this? The one thing, I lived in a community for a while, and one thing I'll say about this community that I feel so strongly, there is such a clear spiritual intention here. An intention toward kindness and love and support. It's very strong, and I would imagine all of you feel that too, right? We have, talk about Abraham's playground, we have this playground to operate in. with like-minded people, loving people, supportive people. And we can do our work together, we can play together, we can create for ourselves, for our community, and send a vibration out into the world that is so helpful with where we are right now. That's the opportunity that's here for us individually, for us as a community, and contributing to our world. That's what we're here to do. We haven't done this work for nothing. We've done this work to contribute to our world. And I'm so happy to do that with you. Some of you know that I studied to be a spiritual director. Claire mentioned that. It was a 2-year program through Unity. It is a beautiful practice, and it is all about holding space. Holding quiet, reflective space for people to do their work, for people to listen for the divine, to hear that whisper, and to keep moving along their path. So I'd like to bring some of that spiritual direction energy as we go into a meditation. A quiet, reflective, listening energy. So if you'd like to close your eyes, maybe take a deep breath. I think I will. And as we settle in and relax deeply into our chair, into our beingness, relaxing into the assuredness that we are divine, that we are divine energy here on earth. We are safe. We are guided. And we are so loved. And I'll invite you to go into a few minutes of silence.
Durga Devi Shankari Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Uma Parvati Shive Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Let's take a deep inhale together and exhale. Let's open our hands, open our hearts, open our voices to thank the Great Mother, all the mothers. Mambalatita Devi Malakshmi Vaishnavi Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Let's take an inhale and Om together. Om.
Music is magic. And kirtan is special magic. I just, yeah. It brings me to tears. That was so beautiful. And thank you. We wish you a beautiful journey to France and starting a new chapter there. And thank you so much for coming to share your beauty with us. And yeah. And Sarah, thank you for a wonderful talk. Was that your first talk, or couldn't remember if your first one? Beautiful share. That is no easy feat to stand on stage. It's a very vulnerable place to be, to share, and thank you, and what an amazing message and words that I was taking notes, but the playground. William talks a lot about like life being a playground, and and all the gifts that we get and that are offered in this community. And my husband and I and son get to go on Friday to spend time in the Andes Mountains and connect with that magic and take others who have never been there to go and experience that. And like, we're in a time of amazement like our playground is more vast than we even realize, right? Just a few years ago, it was not possible for me to go and have an experience like that, living where we live. So really beautiful. And talking about when life shows up, when we're ready to hear the call of what the divine is telling us we should be doing. This is our community that reminds us how to connect with that every week. And this is a community that creates a safe space for you to explore that. And there are people in here we're all on that journey, and we're all here because we've been kind of cracked open and we want to connect with that more. So what a beautiful space to share and to be part of. So I'm just breathing that in and appreciating that. And then I'd like to invite Kevin up to do our prayer and talk about prayer, unity style prayer. Our unity style prayer is even cooler than regular unity style prayer.
So prayer, if you've been here a while, you know that prayer is something that every tradition across the globe for thousands of years, there's some version of it, right? And we get used to the term prayer, which sometimes is hard for others if you've had a trauma background with religion, but really it is just an affirmation of the good that we know is always there. So if you do have that trigger, I invite you to maybe use a different word, but it's the same. You can't escape. You can't escape that prayer works, whatever you want to call it, affirmation, oneness, connection. So let's try it. You willing to give it a try? We can sink back in so quickly, easily. The beautiful thing about practicing prayer is that you can call upon it any time of the day when you feel the need. We can go from joy and laughing and crying to just peace and centered at any time. Let's imagine ourselves right now as beings of light, sitting in your chair, glowing. And your light tendrils are making their way over to the person next to you, around you. Those light tendrils are tickling the other, like holding hands, saying, I want to be your friend. And all these little tendrils of light, these hands are now connecting us in this beautiful space. little points of light all over this room, connected, glowing ever brighter. And as we resonate on the beautiful words that Sarah shared and Marie shared, we affirm that we're on a journey to our enlightenment, and it is a journey. Then we don't compare ourselves to anyone else's journey because it's our own. All we need to know is that we're taking one step on our own journey. And it may be a hero's journey where you say, what is it that I'm to do in this world? Or it could be a hero's journey where you say, what is it that I am to be in this world? What am I to be? You know what that is. And you're sharing that light with everyone in this room, in this moment. You are a beautiful light. And we're grateful to share this with one another. And so it is. You might notice in the chair in front of you there's a green form, and there's also a fancy QR code. Please submit your own prayer claims if you'd like to, and our prayer team. If a prayer team person is here, would you just raise your hand real quick in this room? I think some of them are outside. Our prayer team people will respond, will apply to you personally, and we'll send them on to Silent Unity where they're prayed on 24/7 for a month. Pretty amazing. So please take advantage of that. And let's sing together our prayer song. Take it away, Soul Shine.
It's funny, I just have to, when I've listened sometimes, I'm always worried when I have this on and I start singing, you know, when I'm just sitting down there, because I'm like, do they have my mic turned off, or is everyone online just hearing me do the best job I can, trying to keep a tune? So, do we have anyone here today for the first time? Ooh, look at, nice. Would anyone like to say hello and what brought them here this morning, or so we can welcome you? You don't have to, no pressure. Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna ask you to use a mic just because that allows the people online to hear you. So,
My name is Robert, and I've lived in Bend for a couple years. This is my first time to any style of church in probably 10 years, and I was invited here by the lovely Marie.
Oh, wow, beautiful. Welcome, Robert. We're glad you came.
Hello, I'm Janelle. I just moved here from San Jose about 2 months ago, and I was a member of Centers for Spiritual Living there. Pre-COVID, everything kind of shut down for a bit and went online, but my family and I just moved here, so thank you for having me today.
Yeah, welcome, Janelle. Thanks for coming. Beautiful. Anyone else? Oh, we got.
Thanks. You already got to meet me. I'm Heather. I've been so busy at the beginning of starting the business, I really haven't had any personal life for a long time. So that was a big part of it. But also, I've had some health issues right now. The weekends are one of my times just to chill out. But Unity has been one of the things that's been on my radar for a long time to look into. Just to let you guys know, Samara is located right now at the First Presbyterian Church, and I made sure that every child, every family was welcome. That was one of the first things I was very concerned about. And Unity also is just one of those organizations that's so community-based and so friendly and welcoming, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Heather. We're glad you finally made it. Yeah. All right, you would like, yeah, we got one more. Come on over here, Kevin.
Hello, I'm Terry. I'm been down at Malheur for 10 days watching the birds come in and then visiting an old high school friend. And I want to ask if Julie Nischbaum is here today?
She is, no, Jilly's not here.
She's a friend of my friend. I was going to say hi. So anyway,
Oh, shoot.
you guys do a great thing. Thank you very much.
So, yeah, thanks for joining us today. Oh, we got one more. See, they're getting brave. See? You're opening doors.
I'm Shelby, and I came from Southern California. I've been here just 2 months, and I'm really grateful to find this place to come and share what we're all searching for.
So, yes, that's what we agree. We're right there with you, Shelby. Thank you. Yeah.
If I can do one more thing, I'd like to share a poem. Ted Kooser, anyone heard of Ted Kooser? Great poet.
Ted Kooser, no.
So, this is not by Ted Kooser, but it's by someone he admires. Dowling Gardens. 3 children run ahead of Grandpa, and he began to run too before he stumbled. He fell in stages, a fall in 3 acts, and all the way down. There was conflict, the earth's pull. None of the children saw this simple drama. Man resists an invisible force, then submits. The dove revealed him. Grass and a few late dandelions opened their arms. It wasn't that bad, as falls go. He rolled on his back. What's next? He asked the sky. Those earnest 3 faces appeared above him, and one looked as much like his mother. A worried expression, the eyebrows like little caterpillars. He laughed, and that was all the angels needed to hear. That's by Connie Warren.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I love that. All right. Well, if you are new, we have in the seat pockets a blue card. We send out a weekly newsletter that shares what the speaking topic is, and what classes and workshops and things that we've got going on and events that are happening here. So if you would like to be on that email list, feel free to fill that out. And when we come around with the offering baskets, you can pop your card in there, because we would love to get you on that. Also, you can put your prayer claims in there if you submitted them, wrote them on paper. So, but I would like to invite our greeters up, because this is our time of prosperity and abundance and connecting with that. And let's just also so I like the idea of now passing the basket. So each of us is touching the basket and putting our energy. So regardless of whether you're on doing auto donations, and so don't have something physically to put in the basket today, just still hold it and put your beautiful energy in there. And think about beautiful organizations that we're contributing to, our time, treasure, and talents. So let's go forth and we will sing the gratitude song. And turn my mic down a little bit so I'm not the loudest singer on there. Because I like to sing this one.
I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you. Mahalo. I just want to say thank you for it all.
Thank you for it all. I got gratitude in my heart. In my heart. Gratitude in my soul. In my soul, baby.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I just want to say thank you. Mahalo. I just want to say thank you for it all.
Thank you for it all. In my heart, I got gratitude in my soul.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I just want to say thank you. Muchas gracias. I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all. Woohoo! We pick it up there a little bit at the end. All right, let's bless these beautiful baskets. From the love of pure spirit within us, we bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, and prosper. They are evidence of our faith and belief. They do good work in the world and return to us multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you. All right. Okay, and now is the end of our service. We have a little prayer of intention to read, but before that, you know how, so we have prayer chaplains, prayer chaplains, it sounds a little too churchy for us, so again, whatever word you want to use. But I actually, Ruth was saying there was another church that so afterwards we have our prayer chaplains come up, and if any of you would like an individual one-on-one prayer, you just need someone to kind of help you affirm something that you need either healing from or something going on in your life that you need some extra support on. And she said they call it the Miracle Minute. I kind of like that. So we're going to maybe change it to Miracle Minute or something better. Okay, so if you need a miracle minute today after service, come on up here, and we'll have some prayer chaplains and that would love to help support you in that miracle minute. In the meantime, before we go out and enjoy the yumminess out there for a little gathering buffet, let's read our prayer of intention. This is how we show up once we walk out those doors. Holy light shines within and all around me. A presence of love that is always there. I am that presence. I am a radiant field of love energy. I am holy light. My essence cradles and guides me. I am a gift in this world. I go forth from here in joy to bless the world with my loving light. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming. We hope to see you next week. I will see you in 3 or 4 weeks. So thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah. I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. I just want to